Realist Podcast. Mr. Unpopular Opinion,
BB Handy. That's Haley, y'all.
Milwaukee's Realist Podcast.
Tori, let you go live.
It do?
I was asking.
Oh, yeah, you can go live on Twitter. What up, though? Welcome back to Real Bar Talk, Milwaukee's Realist Podcast, episode 125, everybody. I'm your host, Mr. Unpopular Opinion, Tori. I'm joined by my co-host,
BB Handy.
And before we get into it, make sure y'all like, share, comment, rate, review on this podcast. All right, before we get into anything, some of y'all might notice that it's only two of us. That is because our co-host Kayla is currently a victim of the Southwest debacle that's going on right now. Apparently, Southwest has canceled 360 flights as of right now. Mixed stories going on right now. Southwest is saying there's understaffing at the air control towers. The FAA says that's not true. And we're blaming the vaccine.
It says they canceled more than 1,000 flights now.
No, delayed 1,056 as of Monday afternoon.
No,
360 flights.
It says cancel.
Oh, yeah.
It says cancel.
The CBS need to catch up then. Y'all can't have me reporting late. We're a nationally syndicated podcast. Yeah, it's mixed signals about what's going on. They're saying, people have walked off because of the vaccine mandate that's set to go into effect December 9th.
I just think it's funny how when they claimed the nurses went on strike, it was because the unvaccinated people. But now when people saying they don't want to get vaccinated, it's not because of they're being mandated to be vaccinated. That's not it. Okay.
Okay. It's Southwest that's putting it out there, the employees and stuff. They probably won't say it because of the employees. If they do say that that's why they're doing it, they could be, terminated or anything.
But when you working, when you currently at work for something, that's like me at my place. I'm like, I wouldn't do it, but if you want to do it, go right ahead and do it. People say that because, the customers are saying this is what employees told them.
Yeah, but you as an employee, you can't confirm it because you be letting on to the jig will be up and then you mess around and get fired. Yeah, see, right now,
please, when Wells Fargo went through that crap, I said, hey, they did it, but they ain't had nothing to do with me.
What did they say? This only accounts for about 30% of their flights anyway. So I mean, it's not like y'all really, shutting it down. Y'all just inconveniencing Southwest at this point. So it'd be wise to keep it quiet about why you're doing it. Yeah, I was sick with everybody else, man. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
But evidently people aren't getting refunded for their flights. They've been on hold for, what did you say? 12 hours.
12 hours.
Been on hold for 12 hours.
At the airport with their kids.
Which is a doggone shame, If this is what's causing travel to mess up, then these senators and people need to get involved. Another senator of Texas, Ted Cruz, already from his conservative standpoint, stated that this is bullshit because he doesn't believe in the mandate. And you know what? I'm sorry, as unpopular as it sounds, even though I'm vaccinated, I don't believe in telling nobody what to do with their body. So I don't believe in mandating people to get vaccinated because I feel like that's against their rights. That's just my opinion, though, because I know other people feel differently. I say, do your research, do what you feel comfortable doing. If you want to get vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you don't, you don't. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't concern me, so it doesn't affect me. I know how to mind my own business.
Yeah, but apparently because some of us are unvaccinated, we the reason everybody else is getting sick, even though y'all vaccinated, which makes absolutely no sense. You should be the healthiest person out here when it comes to the Rona or whatever. If you're vaccinated, you're safe. Why does it matter what I get?
Like I said, I'm pro-choice, so you barking up the wrong tree with that debate. Because I don't believe that the government should be, or employers or anybody should be pushing everybody to do something they don't feel comfortable doing. Now, there are loopholes in this where you don't have to work at that job. So what they're saying now is, this is why it doesn't violate
This
any.
fly is gonna
Yes.
just
This is why it doesn't violate any of the HIPAA laws or anything, because you're not forced.
you
What the
gonna.
hell is? I'm gonna spray it with disinfectant. That's exactly how I'm gonna get rid of this. Look, we ain't got no fly spray, so we gotta use something. We're gonna drown them in
I just
disinfectant, get them up out of here.
I just think it's funny how the same people that is trying to say just go get vaxxed, just go get vaxxed, is the same people that's mad that Texas is making y'all keep y'all babies now.
Yep, pro-choice all the way. So whatever you do, you do. Um, there is a fly in this studio, and it is irritating the living fuck out of me. So if this screen go blank, it's because I swung at something and knocked the camera over.
What's that one cartoon where that came on in the morning and the whole sole purpose was this fly that just would not go away?
I don't know, but this one gonna die. I'm taking Tommy laptop and swinging at it.
As soon as Tommy came back in here, the fly came back in too.
She calling you dirty, dog.
Calling you pig pen.
All right, we got a lot of stuff to go over and quite a little time to do it today. So let's jump into these current events. All right. Hottest thing, you can't escape it no matter which way you turn. We're going to just jump right into it. Dave Chappelle is currently facing backlash on his latest stand up, The Closer. The Closer debuted on Thursday of last week on Netflix. It was the last part of the Netflix series in which he signed on to do, in which Dave Chappelle, in my opinion, did exactly what the title said. He was closing out a series. It wasn't overly busting your gut hilarious. I think he was just saying what he needed to say and get what he needed to off his chest. Well, since he did that, numerous groups, both ethnic and well, not both the ethnic, the black people and the gays have come for him. Most of them, the same reason the gay people are coming from. They're using their platform one and the same. They're calling for this to be taken down because it's transphobic, homophobic, and it gives an impression on what the African American community thinks about the LGBT. I don't understand how.
The same black people they say are so homophobic, though.
I don't understand how, though. In this Netflix series, he talks about quite a few different topics, but mainly he cracks jokes on the LGBT. He discusses his trans quote unquote transphobia, how he's what is a Turk? I can't forgot what the acronym is, but he was considered a Turk, basically meaning that he was against the advancement of transsexuals. All these things he debunked in the very episode. He basically told, I'm against white people. My battle has always against white people. It has never changed. He's like, what I've said about the LGBT was not about the LGBT, it's about the white people in the LGBT. He also told a story about how a gay guy called, or a trans guy called a white trans guy called the cops on him. And he said, this is my problem with this. He's like, the LGBT are minorities. He's like, until you needed to be white again, which is not fair, So he talked about his friend Daphne, who was trans, who became a real good friend of his and wound up killing herself after Twitter dragged her for standing up for Dave Chappelle. Now, these are your people. The LGBT, they dragged you and ultimately made you take your own life. Or I should say, you dragged one of your own and made her take her own life. And Dave Chappelle's the problem.
But that's what they always been doing. And then you're getting called transphobic for calling them out on their hypocrisy. It's like, and that's why I just don't understand why black people coming out against Dave Chappelle when at the end of the day, the LGBT, trans, all them people, they don't be for black folks as much as you claim or feel like you. Just because you sit up there and scream that you gay or you trans or none, you still black first, and they gonna look at you as black first because it could be two trannies getting into it, and that white one gonna call the police on your black ass, and they ain't gonna see gay first. They gonna see that you messing with this white person.
The first group to come out was the National Black Justice
I
Coalition.
saw that with they dumb asses.
Wanting to pull Dave Chappelle's. You know, Dave Chappelle, like I've said many times before, transcends cancel culture. And now I'm thinking what he's doing is trying to end cancel culture. Because he's pushed the envelope so far. I mean, even things he said on this Netflix special, I'm like, he's not going to get away with this. He's not. But he explained it. He's like, oh, they dragging me on Twitter. I don't give a fuck because Twitter's not a real place. Then just recently, after all this has happened, he was doing a live show in Hollywood, where it was a star-studded audience: Brad Pitt, Stevie Wonder, a lot of different high-class celebrities who gave him a standing ovation for saying, "Fuck NBC, fuck ABC, fuck Twitter. I'm talking to you, the people."
Mhm.
Uh, he doesn't give a shit about all this cancel culture, social media. He doesn't do all that stuff. Who cares? To him, they're not real places, which they aren't. Cancel culture is not real. It's just a bunch of people that hide behind characters and try and slander your name.
I think it's funny that black people wanted to cancel him, but y'all didn't want to cancel him when he was making slave jokes.
My thing is he's a nuanced comedian. How can you have a problem with some things he say and don't have a problem with he attacks everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, he attacks everybody. He attacks the blacks, he attacks the whites, he attacks the what is his wife? Asians, and all he talks about everybody in the same regard.
Including himself.
And you don't have a problem with any of that until it comes around to you. Now
Proving
he's
his point, technically.
yes, because when it comes around to you, now it's hold on, wait, like he said, you can kill somebody, but you can't hurt a gay person's feelings. No, it's TERK. I forgot what the acronym stood for. But I mean, look, he even broke down the Webster's definition of a feminist: somebody who believes in equality for women, does not specify gender. So a man could be a feminist, a woman could be a feminist by Webster's definition of the word.
There are plenty
And
of
he
men
identifies
feminists.
himself as a feminist. He wants equal for everybody. His problem is the people that were exploiting it, predominantly the white people.
Mhm.
Because every time you get to moving, you guys change the game, and people that consider themselves feminists. We talked about Susan B. Anthony and the women's rights, and they did not want Sojourner Truth to speak because they didn't want to conflict the issue of women's rights and slavery. So they wanted black women to stand with them, but they didn't want black women to be heard.
Just like
They just
the
need the numbers.
LGBT community.
They want you to stand with them. They just don't.
And this gonna go into the other topic later on, though.
I mean, to think that why do black people, not black people, why do the LBGT, in my opinion, I really want to know who's the leader of the LBGT, who's the one that gives the thumbs ups and thumbs down on all this, because
Somebody white.
this show, when it first aired, went from trending, on Twitter. I mean, on Netflix, it's got number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, as far as what's trending, the trending shows. This shit went from 5 to 1 in one day, which means a whole lot of people watched it. And for you to be upset with it means you had to watch it. So it's probably the LBGT that pushed it from the number 5 trending show on Netflix to number 1, just to hear what he had to say, which means you wanted to be attacked. Because you know what Dave Chappelle normally talks about.
Mm-hmm.
So you went looking for recreational anger. I don't really feel that all this is necessary. You guys are trying to cancel somebody that can't be canceled. People are still going to fuck with him. He has a damn near a cult following because he does something nobody else
does. He talks so much about white people, and those are some of the main people that go to his shows, too.
Mm-hmm. And they're not the ones calling for him to be canceled.
Exactly.
Netflix gave him $60 million and basically gave him the money after he laid down the rules himself. He said, "This is what I want. I want 100% creative control, meaning I can say and do whatever the fuck I want to, and you guys have to put this out."
Hmm.
They paid him and signed him. This is also the guy that said Comedy Central, no, you're not gonna censor me. I don't care if you got $50 million on the table.
Right.
I'm not doing it. So you got somebody that's willing to leave $50 million on the table, not figuring out how they're gonna make it, and then doing it their own way essentially. And you think you can cancel this person? I mean, seriously. All these articles and all the stuff that's popping up about Dave Chappelle right now are doing nothing more than building this man's legend.
Yeah, and it's really gonna make me watch
Because
it.
this man is the man that's going against everything. The the shit with the baby. He talked about it that in his special, but it just proves when the baby said what he had to say, he had to go into seclusion. He had to hide. He had to come up with fucking apologies and stuff. Dave Chappelle ain't apologized for shit. He had talked about every fucking demographic of people there is and ain't apologized to nobody.
And including celebrities.
So that's why we're saying right now, cancel culture. Because I don't know what you guys expect.
The baby didn't even want him canceled, and he brought up him killing somebody.
Yeah, he brought up the point of the baby killing somebody in Walmart, which was kind of bogus on Dave Chappelle because that shit was self defense. It wasn't like the baby just went looking to shoot somebody. He was trying to protect his kid. Either way, y'all go check out The Closer on Netflix because Netflix has said they're not pulling it. They released that statement today and suspended a transgender person for speaking out
They said
against it.
three.
Oh, three now?
They said it was 3.
Suspended 3 transgender people for speaking out against it. So Netflix ain't paying. Dave Chappelle's their boy, and they're standing with Dave Chappelle, and so is Real Bartop.
They said he already paid him, so it's staying up.
So a lot of y'all would notice last week we did not record an episode. You want to know why we didn't record an episode? Because there was a 60-minute special that came out about Facebook telling y'all everything the black people have been screaming on Facebook for the longest. Facebook, targets black folks, suspends black people pages a lot more than they suspend,
The
white
others.
folks. What else? Oh, that it tried to influence the outcomes of the election by, posting positive things of Trump and, anything positive about Biden was being taken down and fact checked.
The opposite too. They was doing it both ways.
Oh, what are?
Yeah, depending on who you wanted to go for, that's how they pretty much messed up the algorithm of your stuff. So if I'm on here talking about some R. Kelly ain't shit, R. Kelly is a pedophile, on my timeline they'll show me more people that say, well, R. Kelly didn't do anything that bad. It would be like, y'all don't do this to so and so, y'all didn't do this to Hugh Hefner, because that's pretty much what I saw on my timeline, and I just I'm about to log out. So they pretty much show you the opposite of what you want to see to make you get pissed off.
And that was the other thing about the lady, the whistleblower, actually saying that Facebook only shows you what they want you to look at.
See?
Which makes sense because I have 3,400 friends on Facebook, and I only see the same 9 or 10 posts every day.
Well, I unfollow a lot of people on my stuff. When I see you posting bullshit, I either unfriend you or unfollow you.
But it was amazing in that time in which Facebook was down. Oh, well, we had a couple apps down because Mark Zuckerberg owes everything. So we had TikTok that was down. We had Instagram that was down, Facebook, and I forgot what the other fourth one is because I don't use that one. The WhatsApp. All those things were down for, I think, about 9 hours. And people were going crazy because everybody migrated back over to Twitter talking about Facebook, and I get it now. Facebook, social media has become such a big part of our lives that it's hard to operate without it. Now, I'm not talking crazy to anybody about that because everybody has their niche in life, things that they need, just to get their day going or get through the day. For a lot of people, Facebook was it. I did hate on the people that came right back as soon as the app came back up talking about, I didn't even know it was down. But you posting right now, so you just happy to log on when it came back up.
Exactly when it came back on. Exactly when it came back. Okay.
No, I ain't going for none of that. But Facebook was down the whole day, and people were going nuts because they didn't, They couldn't scroll Facebook and look at people's lives and write statuses and share stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, Facebook is a lot of people's business. Also,
That too. That too.
it's like we couldn't record because hey, we share our lives on Facebook and everything. That's how we get the episodes out and stuff. Or it just gets you through the workday. So it's like it's like I have a love hate for it because it's like I understand it treats black folks wrong on it,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, there has to be some form of where we could say what we want to say because what the whistleblower was saying is pretty much let the government monitor what we say and what we can't post, and that's what the hell they do in China right now. I don't even think China has Facebook.
They don't.
No, they don't have Facebook because there's things you cannot say. They don't let you do. They don't let men be gay on TV.
Mm.
You have to be masculine as a man on TV.
Mm.
So it's just like I rather. No, I was legit watching a whole live when they said it. They banned the what is it demasculation of their men on TV where they're from.
That's pretty interesting though. Because I mean, I could see the positive in that too. I understand there are people like, oh, how can they do that? And they should let those men be, how they are or what they were born to be.
Yeah, but these are the same people that sit up there and say, "Oh, you gonna have to accept us for what we want, and you want to change the laws to do all this extra shit that benefits you." But then when it goes back around, there's some other bullshit. So I mean, I'm okay going back and forth with people. I just unfollow you. I choose what I see on my timeline. I don't follow like three people that I hang with on it like every other day. I just unfollow you or unfriend you because it's just like I don't need your bullshit on my timeline.
See, I don't debate opinions because there's no way to get around that. Everybody's got their opinions. Shit, I got my opinions all the time. Most of them at that time I go against the majority because I don't think the way most other people think. And it's cool. That's why you don't argue opinions. You argue facts. Because facts are what they are. And people most of the time thinks their opinions are facts when they're actually not. They're just your opinion and you feel strongly about them. But no matter how strong you feeling about opinion does not make it a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And since you arguing my opinion is not going to change my outlook, and my arguing your opinion is not probably not going to change your outlook, and the only way to change them are with facts, which most people don't have, then there's no sense of going back and forth because neither of us are going to view this differently, and we just wasted 20 minutes of our life doing something that made no change.
Exactly.
Well, got to bring my boy up just because he made this statement. Donald Trump was on Fox News, the only place that will play him and his wild conspiracy theories. And in an interview, Donald Trump made a statement that Haitian immigrants are coming in this country illegally and they have AIDS.
Did he say all of them had AIDS, or did he just?
He just said they have AIDS. That's what he said. So I'm assuming he meant all. Maybe he meant 5 out of 10. I don't know, but
maybe he meant a couple of them is bringing AIDS into the country.
This man is fucking mental, and I miss it because he gave me great content to talk on. But this podcast every fucking week, and now I don't have nothing to talk about because Joe Biden is just old and senile.
I mean, technically, AIDS is one of the top 10 diseases there in Haiti.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but that don't mean they all got it.
He technically didn't say they all got it though.
He said they coming over here with AIDS. I believe that would be offensive to somebody.
Apparently, they coming in here with heart disease, strokes, AIDS, HIV, diarrhea disease, and everything else too.
This man has lost his ever loving mind. This is why I miss Trump. Now, do I want him to be president again? No, but if he was like a press secretary or something, somewhere where he had a microphone by all time, I love listening to this man. This man is so out to lunch, it don't make no sense. And yeah, he running. We're gonna make America great again. That's the catchline.
I know.
So it's not just gonna be MAGA. It's gonna be
Joe Biden is running again. You might see Trump in that office again.
Yeah, Joe Biden gonna be dead by then. The man barely hanging on now.
Okay, but even if it's Kamala,
but I tell you this much,
Trump might be right back up in there.
The country gonna be broke by the time Trump get it. This time gonna be nothing to mess up because Joe Biden gonna be the gave away every dime we got.
Mm-hmm. It's just like that's why it's like I just don't vote. I see no point in voting of the lesser of two evils. you lose either way.
Maybe Kanye get in next time.
Hmm.
I said maybe the guy Kanye will get in next time.
You will vote for Kanye?
If it was Kanye versus Trump, yeah, I will vote for Kanye. I mean, at least I'll be entertained while
But
he
Kanye's
destroys
a
the company.
conservative, isn't he?
Hmm. But he's not gonna run under the Republican Party. Kanye wants to start his own party. That should have
Well,
never happened. But all
but
right, officer who shot Jacob Blake not facing civil charges.
mm,
What the fuck is the guy's name? I forgot.
the officer's name?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It was
know.
like I don't know.
I don't know.
See, I hate dead air, but I need his name, and I had it up here. Okay, while you search that, it was just recent.
Why I
Oh,
gotta search it?
you got Google just like I do.
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh, Shinsky. Roostin Shinsky, officer shot Jacob Blake,
okay.
back in 2020. Was it? Yeah,
Was that
2020.
2020?
I wanted to say 2019, but I think it was 2020. Back in 2020, down in Racine, Wisconsin. A brief synopsis of the story. Basically, there was a disturbance that the
Kenosha.
cops were responding to. Jacob Blake was arguing with his baby mama, and the story we see all too often. The officers showed up aggressively. They wanted him to put his hands behind the back, get out. No, he was outside the car, and they let him walk back around to the car and get in. And once he got in the car, the officers began firing shots, trying to get him out the car. Man hadn't pulled off. Man had no gun or anything present on him. They found a pocket knife, but every white boy I know carries a pocket knife. So that was no reason to shoot him. They shot the man, and miraculously he survived, but he's now paralyzed. All right, fast forward through the story. We went through protests, unrest down, and well, actually, not just in Racine, here and across the country, where people were screaming justice for Jacob Blake. Well, they DA found no criminal charges against the officers, and now they stated that there will be no civil charges because it's not beyond a reasonable doubt that the officer was not in danger. So now we have to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that the officer was in danger or was not in danger and his shooting was unmerited. And they can't prove that. Basically, to me, City of Racine doesn't want to cough up the dough.
I mean, he already got a settlement that we got to cough up. Or was it
No,
Kenosha?
we don't stay in
Well,
Racine.
text
That's not
dollars. I was
Milwaukee
like,
County.
was it Kenosha? They got to cough up. So, you want my honest opinion? I don't care.
Good.
No more. I truly don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not processing shit anymore. Um, I just y'all not doing nothing to make any real changes. Y'all sit up there and y'all post on Facebook, oh, this is fucked up. There's no laws being changed. There's nothing. Y'all ain't doing no real protest or boycotts and everything. If somebody shoots a boycott out there, y'all don't care. So why should I care? It's all just phony hoopla words. Y'all get mad about the shit and nothing ever happens. So these are the same people where how many murders just took place and shootings, them 7 shootings and shit that took place in our own fucking neighborhood. Y'all killed the girl over a goddamn parking spot. Killed another dude over by the damn Pizza Hut by my job. Just, yeah, it's just y'all want me to care or y'all want people to care. Y'all don't care about it. Shit yourselves. Y'all don't have respect for your own communities. Why should anybody else have respect for y'all? I care about the people I personally know.
I agree. You know what? This is one of the rare times I could say 100%. I agree with you because this city has gotten spiraled out of control. I mean, it's just nothing short of amazing that people are now getting shot in broad daylight on busy streets. Cars are getting ran into. That They busted up a Kia ring not
Y'all
too
can't
far from
stop
my
the Kia
house.
boys. Y'all joke about the Kia boys and stuff, but you don't see shit like this in white communities, Asian communities. Let them be a bunch of Asians getting shot up at the rate that they shoot up black
And you
people.
know what? Truthfully, this all starts at home. It all starts with parenting
And then,
because
but my thing is, then they try to say take their parenting out of it. We don't, our kids is this, and that. No, fuck that. Because even at the grown age I'm at, I still have a respect for my parents. If my mother tells me to do something, I still fucking do it.
well, you know what? This is unpopular, but I'm gonna say it. If you spend as much time with your kids as you do in the club,
Mm.
then maybe the kids will have some respect for you. See, respect goes, quite a few ways. You think just because you're your kids' parents that they have to respect you. That's not the case. Kids respect, you taking care of them, being fed, when they need you, you're there. That's where you gain the kids' respect that, even when you may catch me out, people think I'm out a lot more than I actually am. Well, number one. But on the rare occasions you do catch me out, my kid is off with someone else whom I trust for them to stay with, not somebody I dumped off just so I could get a night out.
Or not babysitting their damn selves and babysitting their brothers and
Mm.
sisters and shit like that.
No, my kids are. Everything starts at home. It starts at home with parenting. You take care of your kids, raising them up to be respectful and right and all that, and then when they get out into the world, they can act and govern themselves accordingly. If the kids can't govern themselves, that's the key word here. They have to be able to govern themselves. They can't do that without training from the parents. Get out in the streets. If they can't govern themselves, somebody's going to govern them, and that's gonna might be an older kid boy. They're like, oh, bro, you can get money, you can get bitches, you can do this, you can do that, roll with us. And now you don't know nothing about it because you was trying to make it to Mangoes for happy hour or something. While you out partying and posting selfies and calling yourself a bad bitch, your kid is out here running rampant and either killing somebody or on the verge of getting killed themselves. See, when the police get involved, it's too late. It's way too late once the
Then
police
you
get
want
involved.
us to protest for your badass
It
fucking
ain't happening.
kids.
Don't come hollering at me and asking for GoFundMe's and shit because I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for nobody GoFundMe's for their kid that got shot for trying to steal somebody's car or ran over or beat up or retaliated against. Now, if your kid was walking home from school and got hit with random ass gun violence or whatever, that's a tragedy. That is a tragedy, and I'll be one of the first to do whatever I can to help you out in a situation. But if your kid was out here trying to carjack somebody and caught the wrong person and got shot and killed, you don't need to come in my way.
But that's the
Go cry to happy hour like you was at when you supposed to been raising the little guy.
little fucking demon.
Nah, I'm not gonna call him no fucking demon because they
Little
ain't
fucking
dead yet.
demons.
But
Little fucking demons.
let's not no because people take parenting entirely too lightly.
They want to be their friends now.
And
Everybody
kick it
want to
with
be
them
their
and hang
friends.
out, and you
You
too
want to sit
busy.
up there and twerk with your kids and do
Mm,
little TikToks with your kids and stuff where you doing the little Meg the Stallion, Cardi B WAP dance. Y'all, it's just it's too much. And I'm over. That doesn't negate the fact that what the cop did was wrong, but I'm not finna sit up there and protest and do all this other what little tokenism things that changes absolutely nothing. Now, I can respect if they did like, way back in the days when they said we boycotting the buses and every black person said I ain't riding the bus and they pretty much bankrupt the bus system. If you tell motherfuckers nowadays stop shopping at Walmart, let's shop at only black. Oh no, I ain't doing that. Walmart is so convenient. But if you put that same amount of money into the black community, we will have more for ourselves. I remember, what was it? Was it Friday? There was an older gentleman that came into our bank and he was like, we was talking about a lot of shit, but one thing he said was back in his day, there was a meeting of black doctors and white doctors, and they was willing to give black doctors their own hospital. And you said you can run it the way you want to run it. It could be an all black hospital, all that type of shit. He said the black people, they rather get into the white hospital because they felt there was more opportunity in the white hospital than to build their fucking own. And that's how I feel about the black community with a lot of shit.
well, that's true. That's 100% true because we're still suffering from the repercussions of slavery. and we still
that
believe a white is
technically
right.
none of us was a part of.
But it's still very much alive. Things that happened 400 years ago
I
still
feel
very
like the
much alive.
mentality is alive.
It's always gonna be alive.
The mentality is alive, but then when you want to speak out and stuff, you want to say we were slaves for this. When technically we weren't slaves, we have better opportunities that we could build for ourselves. But instead, you want to live in the past and just keep bringing up slavery instead of doing something that changes it.
Well, the key thing about slavery is slavery, as messed up as it was more mental than it was, and
That's why I said it's the
slave ma-
mentality.
slave masters understood that they broke their slaves because you think some plantations had 200 slaves on there
Hmm.
with only 9 overseers. Now, how can 9 white people, even if they had those single shot rifles that they had back in the 1700s, how could 9 people control 200?
But I said it's the mentality of
But
it. But
that
my
trick,
thing is, you know it. You know it's the mentality. You know they fucked with your mind, and yet you still don't want to do anything to fucking change it. You know these motherfucking kid boys is out here fucking up the community. You know these motherfuckers is out here just shooting, running rampant, and we'll just get on Facebook, myself included, and say, "Oh, that's fucked up." We're not actually going out in the community and doing something about it.
the easiest thing, and this is gonna sound crazy to everybody, but the next time there was a black man, or no, let's just go with Floyd. When Floyd got shot,
Mm-hmm.
what if every black person had said, "I'm not going to work tomorrow"? I'm not talking about for the rest of the week. I ain't talking about for the rest of the month. If every black person just said, "I'm not going to work tomorrow," one day, if somebody had came across the air and word had got put out that on this day is going to be a day of atonement for us, nobody's working. We're going to make this our holiday.
It's
This
gonna be,
country will crumble.
yeah, and it'll be that. Yeah, and that's the thing. I consider that an actual fucking boycott. If you sit up there and said I ain't gonna go to work for a fucking week, we got our PTO, all that stuff. But my problem is them one niggas that say, no, I gotta
Because
go pay my
that
bills.
was
I
going to be the
gotta do
next
it.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta do, and then you the same motherfucker that want us to protest for you when some shit go down.
But
It's always somebody that gotta hold the whole fucking thing down to
But
try to
until we
divert some
ready to
shit.
do that, we're not serious. We just jaw jacking because honestly, just
These
think about it. If not a whole week, a whole month, or nothing. If it just took one day and everybody said every black person stay home from work tomorrow, and we all did it,
but
this country would be set aflames.
my thing is they even tried to do that because during that I forgot it could have been Floyd, but when they sit up there and said was the blackout Tuesday or something like that, and they said black people are not going to spend their dollars, period. What you have niggas up in Walmart, they got their little stimulus check. It's just you. It doesn't matter. It's always gonna be be the niggas that just sit up there and say I don't care because it's the selfish mentality of it, and it's like, hey, I may as well just be for myself too. When your little nigga gets shot, it is what it is.
They get shot, depending on the circumstances, is when you get the sympathy from me or not. I mean, like I said, if he was just walking home from school and fell victim to a random act of gang violence or a random shooting or something like that, yeah, my heart bleeds out for the kid.
It
But
bleeds out, but then
if
his family come out and say some bullshit.
but now if that kid was a part of some bullshit that he shouldn't have been in or whatever, or was at risk of hurting somebody else and got killed, that's their business. Hey, don't call me, to go and do GoFundMe's and stuff and hope somebody, if not, let the state bury him. That's all I got to say. Now, Lakia, rapper Lakia, made is trending right now in the city of Milwaukee because she made some interesting remarks on the interview. Most of them can be seen on Instagram at on site on
She
the
said
page
the
on site
same
page.
shit we say every day.
But the ones that everybody are harping on basically is that the young rapper, I'm going to use again, young rapper,
What is she, 20?
uh,
I
19
believe.
or 21, so young rapper said she left Milwaukee because she didn't want to be a CNA or a lash tech, and that
And
Milwaukee's known for the Bucks and her.
and these 40 pushing motherfuckers
Are mad at a
are
kid for
mad
making.
at her.
And you know what? It probably because most of y'all, have come through the CNA world or the Lash Tech world. Let me remind y'all something. One, this girl is a kid. A kid. A kid. How many stupid things did you say when you were a kid? You know what she's saying
We
isn't
said
true.
worse.
You know what she's saying isn't true because you know that black women are just not CNAs and like you know that. So why are you upset about it? And then the statement, oh yeah, she's talking about Milwaukee's only known for the Bucks and her. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of shit that Milwaukee is known for. I
Cuckoo
don't know.
cow.
Cuckoo Cal, Jeffrey Dahmer, Mary Tyler Moore, the
Rico
Lattimore
Love.
brothers, Rico, the list goes on. Cheese, beer. There's a lot of things that
They got
Milwaukee
any
is
better
known
from
for.
there?
You stupid ass people that y'all mad because this girl thinks that Milwaukee is only known because, oh yeah, if you ask people about Milwaukee or had they heard of it, they won't say yes before they heard me. That was just a dumb statement by a dumb kid.
Milwaukee is known for motherfuckers saying it's
Mm.
black people in Milwaukee. Like,
Hmm.
and the crazy thing about it is this girl mentions her city in damn near every one of her goddamn songs.
No, just call it as
She's always here.
a young person that just made the dumb remark and leave it be. Don't drag her or try and take her career from her. Now you ain't got nobody from Milwaukee.
They ain't gonna take that girl career.
I'm like, yes, she's a young girl. She got signed. She made her way, and she just made a stupid remark. Because if the rest of the world really believe, or the rest of the United States, if the rest of the United States really believe that she's the reason that they know where Milwaukee is, her and the Bucks are the only two things in Milwaukee that you can correlate. Then God rest us us, because I don't. I mean, I don't get it. Lattimore's came out of Milwaukee. Rico Love. We got Jeffrey Dahmer. We got the Milwaukee
Well,
Brewing
I
Company,
think
the
we need to
beer.
stop saying Jeffrey Dahmer.
He also put on for his city. Uh, who else do we got out of Milwaukee? We got plenty of people out of Milwaukee. We got professional
David,
wrestlers out of
look, David
Milwaukee.
Banner, West Milwaukee. Willy Wonka,
Mm-hmm.
Oprah. She was here.
Yep.
She grew up here. Mm.
There's plenty of stuff that you can, credit back to Milwaukee.
And then y'all forget this is a whole nother generation of a kid. She what? She 2 decades behind a couple of y'all.
Well, she
Not
two
me.
decades behind me, so I
Not
mean,
me.
I wouldn't expect her to know the names I just threw out because they were all before her. But to think that Milwaukee just started when you were born, is
But
that
that's
what?
how a lot of us are. We live in a me world in a sense.
That you think Milwaukee just got founded the day you walked on Earth.
But I just think it's funny how all of a sudden everybody, y'all is too old for this shit. Y'all put more effort in this trying to cancel this girl that y'all put up in Jacob Blake. Y'all put more effort into this girl than y'all put into stopping the
And a lot
kid
of people say,
boys.
they mad. They're not mad that she said it. They mad at how she said it. Okay, this is a girl that's 20 years old without a
My thing is,
publicist or
how did she
anybody
say
saying
it?
it.
How did she say it?
Just the way I said
She
it,
she
then
she just said it. She just said it. Y'all said like she said fuck Milwaukee and all this other type of shit. No, like
and a little of this I'm gonna believe is rooted in jealousy from people that didn't make it and thought they should have
I
made it,
agree.
and it's fine. Just grind a little harder, put yourself in the position you need to.
I 100%
But
agree.
I'm not gonna sit here and say y'all should drag this little girl for the remarks she made. Look, y'all rallied around Shakari, and I told y'all to leave her alone from jump. I told y'all, I'm like, look, that girl is crazy. She ain't got no business doing this stuff. Oh, she's black. You got to give her a
They
chance.
still
Protect black
sticking up for
women
her
and this, that, and
though.
other.
They still sticking up for
And this
her.
girl made one little old comment, and y'all want to drag her and say, ain't y'all something? So y'all want to stick up for the girl that got caught smoking weed, kicked out the Olympics, then bombed every other time she ran. Talk crazy about the Jamaicans, like statuses about them doing Aboriginal type shit, and was unapologetic about really any of it. She just said what she needed to say, so she can get y'all off her back. But y'all want to stick up for her. This girl makes one little statement out of just ignorance because she didn't make it out of malice. It was just, hey, I didn't want to be a failure in Milwaukee. I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing in Milwaukee. And a lot of
And
you
she didn't
chicks
even
are
say
CNAs or
she
were
didn't even say it
CNAs.
was a failure either. She didn't say it was a failure.
No, she didn't.
She just said that wasn't for her.
Exactly.
So if y'all assume that being a CNA and being a lash tech is a failure, that's on your part.
Yeah.
And let's not act like a lot of y'all not CNAs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
I
why a
don't know.
lot of
I don't
people
know
are
too
upset.
many lash tech. I don't know one lash tech
I don't
actually,
either. Well,
but
do I? No, I don't know. Maybe they do it on the side in their basement or something. I don't know. You know, people do. But as far as CNAs go, yeah, no, I'm not, probably at least 70% of the women I know have been or are CNAs. Nothing wrong with it. Respectable work. You can make, a good living. As she just said, she didn't want to be one.
exactly. Her mama was going in.
So I don't really get the hate or whatever. I'm taking her age into consideration because I know she's young and I know what it's like to be thrown into a situation where you should keep your mouth closed, but you don't know how to, growing up in church or, sitting, in places where you fake record or make statements where that people can hear and you fuck up because you're not thinking about what you say. I'm a lot older now, so I know certain things you shouldn't respond to or you should never give the media what they want.
I still don't think it was nothing wrong with what she said anyway. So
Mm. I just think the whole Milwaukee note is not known for anything but the Bucks and me. That was just an ignorant statement.
I
Not that
think
she
that
made
was.
it
But my thing is, when she said that, she was like in a sense kikiing about it. So I mean, I feel like that was in a sense of a joke, anyways. Of course, it's not just her, but on her timeline, if like I follow her on IG, and it's just a bunch of people that support her.
they
And
should.
she's at this moment in time, she's putting on for her city and all that type of stuff. She ain't never said nothing else disrespectful. She technically didn't say anything disrespectful in this. Like, come the fuck on. Grow up.
Right.
God damn it.
And on both ends, she needs to grow up. Y'all need to grow up. Um,
But she's at a time where she can make mistakes.
yeah, she can.
Y'all,
Big grown motherfuckers mad.
y'all brain is fully developed. She got 5 more
Mhm.
years. Y'all brain is fully developed to
Sit,
not take shit so much to heart.
sitting there mad crying because the kid said,
How a 20-year-old make you cry?
I can't believe she would say, like I
She can't
said,
even go to the liquor store for you, but she hurt your feelings. Oh,
it's rooted in jealousy that she got signed and she made it, and a lot of y'all are upset. And then the other one of y'all are kissing her ass because y'all hoping that she put features or something. I'm just saying she's a kid that made a mistake. Now,
right.
like I told y'all didn't listen to me about the Shikari thing. Y'all want to argue me up and down. Oh, Tori, you being too hard on her, and everybody smokes weed, and they need to change the laws and all this other stuff. And I told y'all to leave that girl alone. Now I'm telling y'all to leave this one alone, dragging her. Not to sit up and continue to attack this girl because hey, well, Kiki might be the only shot y'all got for a female rapper making it out of Milwaukee. If I was y'all, I would cherish it and relish this moment. You never know what's in store for her. She could be the next Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj. You never know what the future holds for anybody.
Yeah, cause she be on every place.
But if y'all drag her,
She was at
the
the
people from
BT
her city
Awards.
drag her, then how can y'all expect anybody else to rally around her? Because the first thing somebody's gonna come on and say about her is your own city don't fuck with you.
But my thing is, Rico Love said something along these lines some years ago and stuff. He was just like, when you get on and stuff, like people from the city just get mad, and I just don't understand that.
Crabs in the barrel. Why do you
Like,
think Lattimore's got out of here and didn't say nothing to nobody?
exactly.
You ain't never heard Jacob Lattimore arguing with nobody. Jacob Lattimore got the fuck up out of here and was done with
He got with what's her face from
it.
what's the damn TV show?
I forgot. I can't even think.
Empire.
Yeah, well, I can't remember who he was with.
She was with the youngest son. She
Mm.
played the love interest of the youngest son. He got with his girl. He just be like, I'm from Milwaukee. And that's all he
That's
fucking
all you need to
say.
say. That's all you need to say. Be done with it. All
And
right.
y'all don't even big him up the way y'all do everybody else. Y'all didn't make him as popular as y'all made Lakia, but as soon as she sit up there and say one little thing, y'all mad.
I think if Jacob had came through the era of social media like we have now, it would have been different. I think of a lot of people that came through the era, like Cuckoo. If he had been in the age of social media, I think he would have been bigger than what he is. He was. Now I wouldn't have changed the outcome at all because crack is crack. But I really believe like he would have been, shot, because right now you don't need all of these A&Rs and stuff to put your music out. If you got a cold song, you can literally drop it on YouTube and make yourself a millionaire.
Shout out to Soldier Boy.
Mm-hmm. Shit, Soldier Boy. What was
He
the dudes
started, he started that for the most part, though.
The dude that made the GDs in the Dough song or whatever, they put that
GDs in the Dough,
and then that song took off and went all across the world. And
I can't stand that song. And I never even sat down and listened to the whole song. I just know y'all don't let the GDs in the Dough. I'm like, oh God.
If I hear that song one more time, I'm claiming Latin King or something. Just so tired of that. Everybody GDs when they come on, and pitchforks and a whole bunch of pushing and stuff. But let's go, because Tommy done passed out over here.
Tommy been asleep the whole time.
That or he praying or meditating over there. Hey, y'all make sure y'all tune into this episode and all other episodes wherever you stream your podcast from, like Google Play, Spotify, Apple Music.
iHeartRadio. It's on there.
Are we?
It's on there.
Oh, we are on iHeartRadio. We've been doing this podcast 3 years, and I can never remember what platforms we're on, but
all them shits.
Just check them out. And then make sure you follow us on Twitter, bar_MKE. You make sure that you hit us on Instagram, because I'm a real king right now. I'm going to just be making reels for the rest of my life. It's the adult version of TikTok.
I said that. I said, what?
I'm having fun.
I said, this nigga must be bored.
That's right.
He just randomly
start making reels. I learned how to edit them joints. I'm gone now.
I seen that and I just kept strolling. I said, I'm not finna do this.
That's all right. We're gonna make one before you had a baby.
No.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Y'all make sure y'all go to Facebook, Real Bar Talk Podcast on Facebook, Real Bar Talk Podcast on Instagram, and hit the email Real Bar Talk Podcast at gmail.com. All right, from me to you, we are out. Make sure your next drink is a cold one. What up, though? Milwaukee's Realest Podcast. Mr. Unpopular Opinion, Torium.
BB Handy. That's Taylor, y'all.
Milwaukee's Realest Podcast.